Hey guys, and welcome back to my travel channel. Now, recently I came back from an absolutely amazing trip in Quebec in Canada. I got to do a lot of super cool activities as there was so much to do. Now, even though I've already uploaded travel vlogs from each day of my trip, I thought it'd be cool to go over my top 5 favorite things I got to do while I was out there. Hopefully you can use my list to make your own itinerary the next time you're out in Quebec. Now, I haven't ever actually done a compilation video like this on this channel, so if you do like it, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up so I know to do more of these types of videos for my future trips. Let's go. Now, before I get into my list, I just wanted to say it was very rough narrowing this down to only 5 things, but I managed. However, I did provide this list with a runner-up. If you are in Quebec and you're more of a city person, be sure to check out Montreal. Montreal is a super lovely city with huge malls for shopping, a lively party scene, a thriving LGBT community, and some delicious food. If you are going to Montreal, I highly recommend you try out the world-famous Montreal bagels. They make them different here than everywhere else, and that's coming from me, a Jersey guy. Now, there is a current war between 2 bagel companies, so when you do go, be sure to try both, one from the St. Viateur Bagel Company and also the one from Fairmont. And then, it's time to choose sides. This is serious business for Montrealers, so you better pick one. Also, Montreal is one of the coolest festivals around, Igloofest. Igloofest, if you could guess from the name, is an outdoor music festival that takes place every year in January in the old port of Montreal. Igloofest touts itself as the coldest festival in the world, but with all the fire pits and fans dancing to the electronic dance music, you'll hardly notice a thing. Now, for myself, I consider myself more of an outdoors person. I love camping, I like adventure, and for me, that's why I loved Quebec so much. There's just so much to do outside. To start off my list at number 5, snowshoeing. Snowshoeing is a surprisingly fun and unique thing to do in Quebec. In the depths of winter, some hiking trails can have layers upon layers of snow, packed one on top of the other, so rather than avoid the joys of hiking, just slap on some snowshoes and get on the trail. If you're unaware of how snowshoeing works, basically you give your feet more surface area, so instead of going straight through the snow, you spread out the snow underneath of you and you stay up on top. I got a chance to go snowshoeing in Gatineau Park in the Outaouais region, and oh my gosh, it was beautiful. The trails were well maintained and quiet. I could hear the snow falling with every step and the birds flittering about. If you don't own any snowshoes, no worries, you can rent them from the park for only $9 an hour. Snowshoeing isn't just unique to the Outaouais region though. If you're up in the Laurentians, you can be sure to snowshoe there while you're about. Here, you can take guided tours through the mountains. My guide even provided us with a freshly made campfire and roasted marshmallows. It was a great experience. Coming up on number 4 of my favorite things to do in Quebec, sleeping with wolves. Out of all the activities I did in Quebec, the one that got me the most DMs and Insta story replies was definitely my experience at a mega park in the Outaouais region. A big reason for that, I got to sleep up close and personal with wolves. Now, these aren't huskies, and they're not dogs either. These are gray wolves. Absolutely beautiful creatures that run around right at the window at the foot of my bed. The morning I slept in the wolf cabin, I woke up to the sound of wolves howling and playing outside. It was surreal. Also, while I was there, I got to drive around the park and see all the other animals native to the region wandering about, and even more types of wolves around. If you're a big animal fan, this place is a must. It was omega cool. Number 3 on my list is none other than the world-class ski resort, Mont Tremblant. Nestled up in the Laurentian mountain range, Mont Tremblant is an adorable and vibrant ski resort. It had been a while since the last time I had skied, so I took up a ski lesson as a refresher. The bunny slope was fine, sure, but the true beauty is the view from the top. Looking at the map, there are so many different trails for snowboarding and skiing from beginner to expert. I don't know if I'll ever be able to do a double black diamond, but if I do, I know I'd love to do it in Mont Tremblant. Coming in at number 2 on my list is the Nordic Spa. One Quebecois tradition I took up while I was out in Canada was the ski and spa. After waking up early and skiing for the majority of your day, you end your day with a trip to the spa to ease your aching muscles. I got a chance to go to 2 different types of Scandinavian spas while I was out in Quebec, and they're both quite unique compared to your normal spa. The trick is to spend some time in the hot tub and then switch to a cold tub or use a cold bucket of water and repeat the process 3 times, finishing off with some time to relax. It shocks your body into the ultimate feeling of calm. One of the really cool features one of the spas had, pun intended, was that you could actually take a dip in the frozen over Diablo River as part of the frozen shocking process. I'm gonna be honest, if you've never taken a dip in a frozen river, it's gotta be experienced. It did help me feel relaxed right after I jumped back in the hot tub. The scenery around the spa is like something out of a storybook with piles of snow all around while you walk from tub to sauna. Other parts I really enjoyed was the huge saline bath to freely float in and having a glass of wine next to the fire in the social area. Overall, going to a Scandinavian spa in Canada is a super unique experience, and hopefully it's at the top of your list as well. And finally, number 1 on my list, the coolest thing to do in Quebec, Husky sledding. This is one of those must-do experiences that just has to be seen to be believed. You get to cuddle up in a warm blanket-covered sled as you are pulled by a team of 10 adorable huskies. These dogs are all definitely good boys and absolutely love racing around in the snow. When your dog is being selected, each of them excitedly tries to convince your driver to pick them first. With snow-covered trees on both sides, you'll race around curves and down hills and through slaloms as the dogs pull you this way and that. It's super enjoyable and definitely one of the most memorable experiences you'll have in Quebec. Well, that about does it for my list. What do you think? Is there anything else that I left out that you feel like you'd want to do when you come to Quebec? Tell me in the comments. If you'd like to see any of the travel vlogs that I made from the trip featuring each of these experiences in a lot more detail, I've made a playlist here so you can watch them at your leisure. Leisure, whichever you pronounce really. Thanks so much for watching, and like I said, if you do enjoy this new format of video, please be sure to let me know. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.